How we forged dead to avoid being killed by police officer. Shoot 5 dead. Survivor gives the whole story. Hello, my wonderful people. When I heard the story, I was shocked to my bone. You know, many things that is going on in this country. Not everything is crystal clear. Oh, yes. I am not from the East, if you get what I mean. But when I keep telling you that there is an agenda against the East, it's not because I am from the East. So I'm trying to defend people who some people will say they have committed a crime, so they should die for it. No, no, no. That's why I'm explaining what I'm explaining. What I'm saying is there is an agenda against the southeastern part of Nigeria. Why? What for? I cannot tell you. You need to hear the story. You will be shocked to your bone. The lady you see is a survivor. She gave the whole story. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. Let's get all the details. What really happened? My dear, it's a shocking one. Survivor reveals ordeal after a policeman guiding their business complex run bizarre, shoot 5 persons dead, and left 4 others with serious injury. This was when our correspondent visited the hospital. More stunning revelations has emerged how a police inspector who guarded at RC Luther Complex, located at Gulf Estate, GRA, Enugu, shot 5 dead. Dead and injured 4 people in the complex. 2 survivors who escaped death from the killer cop posted to the company to provide security reveal how he went bizarre and shot at anyone in sight. In all, no fewer than 9 persons were shot, with 5 losing their lives instantly. 4 others escaped death with life-threatening injuries. Among the 4 officers of the Lotter Complex Company who escaped death narrowly were 2 women identified as Elizabeth and Christiana. While Elizabeth had bullet wound on her left shoulder and right arm, Christiana saw bullet pierce through her left shoulder while her right hand was being shattered. Narrating her ordeal in an interview with our correspondent at the Enugu State University of Technology Teaching Hospital, where they were where they are currently recuperating, Elizabeth said she and her 6 of other colleagues had woken up in the complex premises on that Sunday morning without any premonition of evil that lurked in the corner. She said she was outside the building washing her clothes when sounds of gunshot resonated from the gates. Elizabeth said, I heard about 5 or 6 gunshots and I wanted to go and check what it was. It was then my elder sister, Susan, ran towards me, dragged me inside our room. Without any explanation, I met 2 other girls in our room. As we all ran into the room, we saw a policeman trying to force our window open, but the window was firmly closed. He shot at the window, shattered it, and aimed the gun at us. I was already lying down on the bed, while my sister Susan and the other girls lied on top of me. Because my sister was the one at the top of us all, I heard her calling on the policeman to have mercy. The next thing I saw was he fired on us, and my sister and the other girls died instantly. Because I was on the bottom of the park, nothing happened to me. The other girl ran under the bed. As I tried to join her, another bullet caught me on the shoulder. I fell flat on the ground. The policeman went out again and we heard other gunshots. He later returned, started calling our names. He even checked through the window to see if there is still anyone alive or moving. But Christiana and I pretended as if we were dead. After calling our names without any response, we heard him making a call to tell the person at the other end that unknown gunmen has attacked the complex and killed 7 people. We were still pretending to be dead when policemen drove into the premises and we started hearing voices. I also heard the voice of our cook, who was now telling them that it was the policeman himself that attacked us. So when the policemen came into our room, they met us there with our bed soaked in the blood of my sister and my colleagues. Christiana and I also bleeding from the bullet wound, while the other 2 girls with us were already dead. Asked if the man was drunk and what could have prompted him to start killing people, Elizabeth said the man was not drunk. He neither drink nor smoke. He was always teasing me and calling me Eli. As, according to him, I struck a very close resemblance with one of his daughters, who he named Eli. In fact, if I didn't see him shooting, I would not have believed he could ever attempt to harm us. I didn't know what came over him. On her part, Christiana said that none of the company workers knew the true identity of the policeman, despite the fact that he had been working with them since January. She said we all address him as Officer Mopo, and we relate very well with him. He was working with other 2 security men who worked as gatesmen, and he had lived in the house with us for 6 months now. He shot the 2 gatesmen before he came to us. One of them died instantly because he was shot in the stomach. The younger one had leg shattered. I couldn't remember seeing him quarreling with anybody. But I think something in the past, sometime in the past, he said something about IPOB and ESM killing policeman and burning police station. He was not happy about that, and that he would finish the IPOB people and something like that. I think is the only time I saw him complain or speak anything ill. It was gathering apparently believed that he had killed everybody in the compound, and the policeman moved towards the gate again, where he killed 2 persons, a mechanic in the vicinity and a neighbor who came to see what was amiss with the sound of the gun. The two had been worried about the strange gunshot, who came to the Lolita office where they thought there was safety because they know policemen were in the area. This policeman immediately shot at them, increasing the numbers of casualty. He was said to have tried to cover his crime by personally calling the police and saying that some unknown gunmen stormed the house and left a heap of casualty behind. But immediately the police arrived, the cook, who was reportedly hiding in the corner, jumped out and narrated what he saw, seeing the police inspector himself, how he did the killing. So neighbors in the Gulf estate who spoke to the nation on condition of anonymity said that they poked through their windows and saw the policeman shooting but did not suspect anything because none of the victims heard crying or mourning. One of them said, I didn't hear any cry. That was why I did not suspect anything. It was when our neighbor were anxious towards the gates and they found that there was a problem. That was when we heard 2 gunshots of those who came, the 2 men who came to see what was happening. I was inside my house watching him as he removed the magazine and replaced it with another one. After shooting, he called someone on the phone, and 10 minutes later, you policemen came. He was showing them the dead bodies, grasping maybe as if something else has happened. He told the police officer that he killed 2 of the unknown gunmen. The people he was calling unknown gunmen were our neighbors who came to see what was happening. He was also showing them the place where bullets were piercing to the members of the company complex, who who I later learned is their cook, emerging from the hiding place and telling the story what really happened. But one thing the inspector said was, I confess, but they didn't allow him to talk again until until other vehicles came. As soon as we said the truth, the police held him, and when he tried to talk, they said he should not talk. Can you see cover up? Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.